This video is sponsored by Card Kingdom. You can visit their store by using my referral link in the description below. Interesting pack. So Rhea Evor is quite strong. The ability to either churn out a bunch of mites or just be a 4-mana 3/4 that with Battle Cry. Like both of those are good. There is a Hex Gold Slash, which I think is one of the best commons in the set. Beyond that, this pack's not great. So, Charge of the Mites and Scamp. I mean, these things are fine, but I think we'd probably take Rhea Evor. I don't know. Yeah, we probably do. She's not amazing, but I think she's enough better than Hex Gold Slash to take there. All right, we've got Armored Scrap Gorger and Contagious Vorak here. It's a bummer they're both green, but they're certainly the best cards in this pack. I do think the Scrap Gorger is actually a little better than the Vorak, just because ramping into bigger things, I mean, it's always good, but this format has a lot of good things to ramp into. The oil counterpart's really good. Beyond that, this is another kind of underwhelming pack in terms of cards you want to take early. I mean, the Justicar's good, and if we took it, that wouldn't be too bad, but I think we take Scrap Gorger. It is close, but I think it is better than the Vorak. They're both good cards. Okay. So we've got a Charforger, another powerful signpost uncommon. We've also got a Bladed Ambassador, which is just a nice 2-drop. It has underperformed a little bit, like having to have that 1 mana up, like just because your opponent played like the chorus on turn 1 is pretty pretty brutal. Like, and that makes the card a lot worse just because you see that all the time. The Hive Master's not bad either. It is still quite good, but yeah. It was a 7-1 draft, actually, not 7-0, not quite that good. Yeah. I guess I'm going Ambassador here. Be the Infection's okay. I mean, I don't really love playing that card in this format for the most part. Sometimes you end up in a deck that can. But, yeah. So, Chimney Rabble and Stinging Hive Master is what we're looking at here. I think I'd probably go with the Rabble. I mean, I could take a Hive Master just because we've already got Rhea Evor, but I think Chimney Rabble is significantly better than the Hive Master. Like, it's just such a good rate. It's been a pretty impressive card overall, so I'm just going to take it. We're sort of just taking the best card out of packs, regardless, at this point, instead of trying to stay in one color or another. Blade of Shared Souls is pretty good. It's not amazing. That's true basically of all 3 of these. Like, they're all fine, but not great. I think we're looking at Basilica Shepherd and Oil Gorger Troll. I think we go Shepherd. The Troll needs a very particular deck to work out, and maybe we'll end up in red-green. Whereas Basilica Shepherd is good in every white deck. So I think it's a better pick here. It's not just good in, like, an Infect deck or just good in the Artifact deck. It's good in both. So another Bladed Ambassador probably is what I take here too. Bardiche is okay. Prophetic Prism is okay. Yeah, blue's open, but it's also because blue's the worst color. And unless there's a few uncommons and rares that make me want to play blue, but if I don't see them, I mostly don't play blue in this format. Okay, so Predation Steward, Prophetic Prism, these things are fine. Orthodoxy Enforcer in the right deck is fine. I could take the Enforcer just to stay black-white. And it would be okay. It's not great in our deck as it currently stands. Maybe it's just better to take the Prism for the fixing. Or one of these decent 2-drops, though. Yeah, I think I'll take Predation Steward. So Justicar's quite good. There are some red cards here, but like as much as I like Hazardous Blast, you've got to be in the right kind of deck for it, which usually means red-green. Or red-white, which maybe we'll end up there, but neither of those looks incredibly likely. And the Justicar is a great 2-drop that gets better with more artifacts and stuff. I'm leaning towards Justicar here. Yeah, I mean, Blight Belly Rat's fine. I'd probably take it here. I think we could end up in black-white. You know, that's kind of where Rhea Ivor wanted us to go. Another Justicar. I think we take it. It's better in blue-white, generally speaking, but I think there's a chance we end up in black-white and still want to play her, or it, rather. Yeah, we'll cut a white card here, and it might make the cut. People have these blue cards. Yeah, blue really needs Unctus's Retrofitter. Like, if I see that thing, I start to consider blue, and then obviously the really good blue bombs make me want to play blue. But the Retrofitter is one of my favorite cards in the set, actually. Of course, we get a blue bomb here. So if we'd taken all the blue cards in that first pack, taking the blue bomb here would be pretty good, I think. But I don't think... I mean, we can definitely consider it. There's no reason we can't end up in white-blue. Yeah, I'd probably still take it. So what would I take here otherwise? Probably like Basilica Shepherd or Chittering Skitterling. Like, it's pretty good if you're in black-white. But I think we do take the blue bomb here. If blue continues to be open in this pack, and there's a good chance it does, based on what we saw in pack 1, things will work out pretty well for a blue deck. But we didn't give up a ton to take it, so, you know, we do have a random Watchful Blister Zoa, so, which I think is okay. I do kind of miss the days where a 6-mana 4/4 flyer that replaces itself when it dies is, like, good. It would be nice to have a limited format at some point soon where the 1 and 2 drops aren't all pushed. I mean, you know, we did have a slow format recently in Dominaria United. One that could be slow, anyway, I should say. Okay, so very hard not to take a black card here because Ambulatory Edifice and Anoint with Affliction are both great. So I think that's what we do. You know, the blue cards here are medium at best, and both of these are very good, and I think we'll take the Anoint. Okay. Very hard here not to take another white card because Hexgold Hoverwings, even if you don't have any other equipment, Hexgold Hoverwings is really good. We don't have any other equipment right now, but we do have a few reasons to want to play artifacts. I'd like Sinew Dancer to wheel. Don't hate Cruel Grimnarch or Vat Emergence, but yeah, these two blue cards, I mean, they're okay, but I think I'd much rather just take a good white card. Okay. Yeah, it doesn't look like blue's going to happen. I think it was worth the speculative pick, but I think black-white seems like where we're going to end up. Testament Bearer probably doesn't make the cut. I think we probably take another Hoverwings over a Justicar. Okay. Interesting. Head Cleaver's okay, especially if we can get some tricks. We don't have any right now. I mean, I think Furnace Strider and Oil Gorger Troll are the best things here. I could just grab a Dune Mover, I guess. That's probably a little better. You know, we get Fixing and it has Infect. So, yeah. I mean, we do need to do a little better on early Poison to really make this deck come together. Otherwise, it might just be black-white good stuff. That said, I think we probably take an Incisor Glider here. Yeah, so probably the Scourge, but like I said, we're doing poorly enough on Poison right now that I'm getting a little worried about all these Corrupted cards. And here's another one, but I do think it's one we take. Right now, I do feel like we are not focused enough in Synergy as I would like to be. Like, we're sort of an artifact deck and we're sort of a poison deck, and for black-white, that's not great. Like, you kind of want to be about poisoning your opponent and getting value, and we're not doing an amazing job there. Take a Bardiche. Seems like green might have been open enough to stay there. I don't like Vraska's Fall very much. Grimnark's okay. I think I like it a little more than another Skull Bomb. Alright, I mean, we have 2 equipment payoffs that are pretty good. This is an artifact. I think we take it. Problem with Vraska's Fall is that it's an edict, and those just don't tend to be good and limited. Annex Sentry does, though. Has Toxic as well, and it's just a great card, so happy to take it here. Yeah, we need to pick up a bunch of early poison things in this pack, I think, to be happy, and that might be asking a lot. Vat Emergence. I don't really want that. I don't really want Whisper of the Dross that much either. I guess maybe Whisper's a little better. The -1/-1 definitely isn't good. Certainly not for a second pick. But it probably is what we're supposed to take here, if that's what you mean by it's good. I do think it's what we pick. What is happening? Zealot's Conviction's okay. We had a really good deck for our first deck of the day, and I feel like this deck is on the other end of the spectrum right now. All right, a Pestilent Siphoner is something we really need. I would love Complete Devotion, but we're so desperate for early poison that I think we kind of have to take a Siphoner. Oh, man. Look at this pack. So we've got a Vindicator, which our deck is more white than black. But it's pretty dangerous to play. Just because it's so reliant on getting to 4 white. I just don't think we will. I think we probably take the Hive Master. We need more poison or this deck is going to fall on its face, and the Hive Master does that. All right, here we'll take a Complete Devotion. I would take Sinew Dancer if I was more confident about our deck's ability to poison people, but I'm not. So I would rather have, you know, we do have 11 artifacts, which is probably enough for another Orthodoxy Enforcer. And that doesn't even count, like, Rhea Evor and stuff like that, so. Splash a Hazardous Blast. You know, the Mycosynth Gardens isn't the worst thing in the world when you have a bunch of artifact creatures. I do think it's what we take there. Yeah, Centurion's not the worst card ever. Do I want a Lightbringer? I actually have some equipment. Is it just better? Probably not. Yeah, our first deck of the day was one from, like, that where it was, like, very clear a deck was good from the beginning, and I feel like this one is not. I don't think it's terrible, but there's a few decks in the format where you have to get there on synergy or you're in some trouble, and we got kind of muddled between doing artifact things and doing poison things. May not have picked the best lane either. Well, we do get another option between these two. Here, I think I'll take a Lightbringer. Nice free offer Immortality. I mean, I'll happily take that. No choruses is pretty sad. Yeah, the Lightbringer's definitely not super good, unfortunately. Yeah. I mean, the best deck I ever had with it was, like, my first deck in the format when I had, like, the most absurd red-white deck ever. And it was fine there, but it still wasn't even that good, like you're saying. In an 8 equipment deck, it wasn't that good. Okay. So, in terms of poison, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sort of 6. Yeah, and then sort of 7. So we're really not doing well on poison, which I'm not thrilled about. Do I want Mycosynth Gardens in this deck in the end? I mean, the only meaningful artifacts it can copy aren't that good. So we're mostly like a red-white aggro deck that has sort of an equipment theme, sort of a general artifact theme, and sort of a poison theme. Not really where you want to be. Probably don't play Whisper or these Skull Bombs in the end. Still have plenty of artifacts for Justicars. So we're not going to be that good at generating, what's it called? Corrupted. I mean, we're not terrible, but we're not great at it either. Probably don't play the Lightbringer. Probably don't play the Bardiche in the end. I do think we play Dune Mover just because we're desperate for poison. And I don't think we play Mycosynth Gardens in the end. We don't have enough meaningful things to copy. Like, copying Hexgold Hoverwings is pretty mediocre. The Justicar is the only really sweet thing we could do with it. How good is Centurion in this deck? Not that good. So one more cut. I mean, it could be Fleshless Gladiator, which is going to be hard for us to consistently bring back. Our other 2 drops are probably just better. All right. Yeah, I would guess this is a very medium deck at best. But we'll see, you know. Variance is part of the game. So... follow up our 7-1 with the 3-1. I mean, 1-3. Makes it a lot less meaningful. Pretty good hand. I mean, could be worse. Could be worse. Yeah, this deck needed like 4 Crawling Choruses. That's what we needed. And then we'd be in pretty good shape. But you can see how bad our hand is against Crawling Chorus. Like, nothing we have can effectively block Crawling Chorus right away. Because Bladed Ambassador needs mana up. And then they're on the play with all of these tricks and stuff. So we kind of just have to race. And I think we have an okay chance if we try to race them, but... you know, the Justicars do help in the race department. Could have played a Justicar instead, especially since I drew a second one. And waited to play this until I could leave mana up, I guess. Because when you can leave the 1 mana up, it is a problem. Okay, well, I don't mind you only attacking with your chorus. Probably means they're planning on playing a non-creature spell, or maybe not. Maybe that's not their plan. So I do think we attack here. Do I? Yeah, we're gonna gain back life later. That's my plan anyway. Thank you for the follow, Stark Weather. Skrelv's Hive, yeah, that'd be cool. Trax's Skitterfang is very obnoxious. Guessing they're going to give that flying and then swing with their other 3. Just those 2, huh? We definitely take it. I guess my biggest tip is draft lots of 1 and 2 drops. There's more to it than that, but if I have to distill it into like one quick fact, I think I'm going to play Mandible Justicar here. buff our guy and attack with it. If they just take it... Man, I really hope they don't have Hex Gold Slash here. I think we probably just let the trade happen. They've almost definitely got something here. So the question is, do I want to use Complete Devotion here? Probably. I mean, it's a 2 for 2 and I gain a bunch of life. So, yeah, we'll go for it. Gaining a bunch of life against them is pretty nice. We are tapped out now, though. I mean, I wouldn't say go white low curve. You have to draft what's open, but, you know, you do need to have a low curve in general. They are very conservatively attacking, which I'm pretty happy about. We'd be in way worse shape if they were really rumbling. I think we just attack with both. At this point, trading off with the Justicars, I mean, and gaining life is perfectly fine. If they use another trick defensively here, they do. Okay, I mean, that's fine. It's a 1 for 1 where we gain some life now. Staff of Completion is awful and limited, so yes. It was right to pass on it. That card is... It would be bad in most limited formats. In this one, it's really bad. Don't think we trade with Crawling Chorus. I mean, I think we're in a race situation here. Ooh, that's a nice draw. Okay. Do I just play it in my first main phase? I don't think so. Because I'd like to leave up mana for... things. Ooh, interesting. I can't play anything this turn if I go indestructible. They have 1 white up. I think we probably still do it, though. They're going to ping us. They go to 11. The good news is, I mean, making them discard is cool, but if I don't, I do get to gain 4 life, which, again, is pretty good here. This is pretty good, the whole situation is. So, yeah. I think we only attack... Well, we would trade for Bladegraft Aspirant, actually. If that's what they want to do, we will do it. And now we go Grimnark, and we gain 4. The life gain has been very key here. If we win, it'll be because of the 2 Justicars trading 1 for 1 and gaining us life. Yeah. We got there! We're not really doing what you're good at doing, what you're supposed to be good at doing with black-white, but we did manage to win our first match anyway. First game anyway. Alright, looks fine. A little clunky. The last draft was red-green. The upside of not having that many poison creatures means Hexgold Slash is actually a little worse against us. That's one way to look at it, right? I don't love this situation. Like, I could try to block and use Zealot's Conviction, but that's a really bad idea, I think. So I think we're just going to attack. Obviously, they're going to win the race right now, but hopefully... Yeah, Jawbone Duelist plus that blade would be pretty nuts. I can see that being the case. Alright, so I probably anoint that. Yeah, I definitely do. No, thank you. Blue-red, huh? I don't love that you just played a menace creature. Wouldn't hate drawing a land, I guess. Yeah, that's not really what I wanted to draw here. I guess. Maybe I'm going to try Zealot's Conviction plus Offer Immortality or something. It's not a terrible combo when you know your opponent responding doesn't matter. I guess we're going to attack for 3 and leave back Incisor Glider. Yeah, so I'm going to block... Let's see what happens here. Let's play Zealot's Conviction. Yeah, I mean, that's okay. That actually worked out reasonably well, I would say. Still kind of need to draw a 5th land. We did it. And now I think we do just rumble with both. See if they have counter magic. They might. They don't. They do have a tap effect, so they can attack us for 7 here. Let's hope they can't do lethal. Okay, they're trying to find some gas. Is Jace a pack one, pick one? I mean, it depends on the pack. But most of the time, yes, I think. There are definitely a few uncommons I would take over him. Especially because he's blue. But he's pretty good. Okay. Are you too scared to attack? They should definitely attack because... everything we have, they can't block. So I think if I were them, I'd just get in for 7 here. I mean, they can't block the poison, but big deal, right? Okay. So... I'm kind of thinking we attack with the Hexgold Hover Wings... play Bladed Ambassador and pass. I can still win in the air next turn. And if I play Bladed Ambassador and hold up Offer Immortality, I should be okay. I think that's our best option here. What we kind of want them to do is like pay 5 for the 5 damage removal spell that also destroys an equipment here, which destroying the equipment would still be pretty bad because we'd only be able to give the target thing they target death touched and indestructible. So we would still lose the hover wings, which I guess that would kind of be a problem actually. Alright, they play a Skull Bomb. That does mean the Cackler can attack more effectively here. Unfortunately. Threaten effect. Yeah, that would be bad. Offer Immortality doesn't stop that one. Doesn't stop Bounce either. We didn't gain any life in this game. We needed to, probably. I mean, we still might be okay. We're about to find out. I would love if they were too scared to attack us, but they're not. Okay. So... you're going to block here. You're going to block there. And I guess we're going to take 4. Let's see what happens. I'm guessing they have a way to do lethal here. That's why they attacked the way they did. Because if they don't, obviously they're dead. So, you know. But I guess we'll see. Guess I could have attacked with one more thing, but, you know, when they have the 5-mana 4/5 haste in the format, I think there's enough things that kill us. I mean, we might still be dead, too. Interesting. So let's remove this counter. Yeah, if they have Volt Charge, it is game over. But there wasn't really any way... I guess... double blocking the 4... Wow. Yeah, if they had a land, they could have done it. Well, we've started 2-0 with this thing. I mean, I haven't exactly felt like we've blown our opponents away so much as our opponents have also had mediocre decks. So let's keep it going. Maybe we'll keep winning somehow with this thing. If I can just get to 500 with it, I'll be happy. There is a +3/+1 in the format, Bobo. It does exist. Blazing Crescendo, it's called. No black mana. We are on the draw, and... we have a 2-drop. I mean, I think we probably keep it. It's sort of a borderline keeper. We drew black, so everything worked out fine. Yes, there is a +3/+2. Blazing Crescendo. So they're probably a good black-white deck that's actually doing the thing you're supposed to do. Which is play... early things that infect stuff. Oh, yeah. That poison your opponent and then get nice value out of using it all. So now they have 2 flyers, which is really annoying, that both have infect. So that's fun. Toxic, whatever it's called. So let's attack. Imagine, yeah, they take it. Then we'll play our Annex Sentry to kill Flensing Raptor. Now, the bummer about this is if they can kill our Annex Sentry, they're going to get another trigger. But I still think it's what we had to do. No! Seriously? This is all very weird, because we're about to kill their Annex Sentry, get back our Annex Sentry, and then do it again. But, you know. Oh, wait. How would I... Oh, yeah, because I'm going to Anoint with Affliction. So I think we attack here. If they block, we use Offer Immortality. Yeah. Yeah, they do not block, which I didn't really think they would. So now we go Anoint with Affliction, kill your Annex Sentry, and yours is gone forever. Exile your Flensing Raptor, and this time we can protect our Annex Sentry with Offer Immortality, so at least there's that. Unless, of course, they play Anoint with Affliction. Okay, that's less than ideal. What do you give it? Vigilance? I guess? Lifelink. Okay. We are up to 3 poison now. So all their cards that care about that are better. So we'll play Bone Picker Scourge here, mostly because it blocks the Siphoner more effectively. I haven't seen Atraxa yet. I haven't played against it either. I've seen some people have, of course. So they could give this Death Touch, but I don't think we care too much. I think we block and use Offer Immortality if their plan is Death Touch here. Yeah, so we go Offer Immortality. And I think we swing with everything. Drop them to 5. Play a Stinging Hive Master. Still have this Complete Devotion, which could be useful. Our opponent is stuck on 3 here, so we may pick up a 3rd win. The variance has been on our side, I think I would say. So, I'm a little scared to attack with Annex Sentry when they have mana up. Although, I guess it doesn't make that much of a difference. There's not anything that can only kill an attacking creature, so... Yeah, I think we still go for it. Especially with Complete Devotion in our hand. Okay, I mean, they're dead if they don't do anything, so obviously they're going to do something. They're going to offer Immortality. So that doesn't matter. You still take 5 here. You're going to need something else. You do not have it. Wow, starting 3-0 with this deck. I mean, our deck is like a good stuff deck. But you don't normally see a black-white good stuff deck do very well. So I mean, we're overperforming for sure here. But I will take it. We haven't even seen our Rhea Ivor yet, you know? So maybe we're not overperforming. Alright, pretty good hand, I think. I mean, Grimnark isn't amazing to have in your opening hand, but... Looks like our opponent's mulled to 5, so we've started off with some more variance on our side here. What am I going to lead with here? Dune Mover makes sure we hit a third land. Mandible Justicar allows me to really effectively pressure them, but it's not like there aren't a million 2-drops that can just block it once it's a 3-2. So I'm kind of thinking about Dune Mover to hit our third land, yeah. When we really need a third land, it's hard not to play Dune Mover. Trying to remember, do we have double anything? I kind of don't think we do, which is good for the old mana. Ooh, I just accidentally clicked decline because it lagged out on me. That's fun. I don't even know, I didn't even hit a button, but it says I clicked decline. That's good. That's great. That is great. Maybe we'll just draw the third land anyway, you know? The game will pity us. You think they just kill my Dune Mover here? No. Well, okay. I think we play Pestilent Siphoner. Like, if we can actually get Corrupted online, I think we're pretty happy. And that certainly helps us. Would be nice to have that third land I wanted to put on top of my library. Okay, the pain continues. I think we play Blight Belly, and we may consider blocking and proliferating. There's a chance they have a trick, but I think trading for the trick is okay. And trading for the card, the Stalker, is definitely okay, so... I wonder if my opponent realizes I misclicked, or if they're like thinking I'm playing some sort of mind game where I was like, I only need 2 lands. So they kill the Siphoner now. Luckily they don't get any value out of Proliferate. Okay. Justicar it is. Yeah, they did mold a 5. Uh-oh. Good news is, like, Justicar attacking for 3 does a pretty reasonable job of combating this. You know, the life gain, but not if they play another one and give it haste. Well, now I really need to get to, Yeah, I think it is Justiciar. I think you are correct. Don't play another creature. Oh, another creature with haste. I can kill the token with Noit, so there's that. Got that going for us, but we do take 10 here. And they still have the equipment, so it's not like, hey, look at that, a third land. Yeah. I guess we wait to do it. It's definitely going to be better to wait. So let's attack for 3. I mean, if there's a chance they draw a trick that just, like, completely breaks our back, but if I wait to do it, then they're less likely to be able to move it, you know. So, like, if I did it now and they drew a land, they would just move it to Furnace Strider, and that would be bad. That's what they're going to do now. Yeah, I can't hit either of those things, but I can gain enough life that we keep the race alive here, I think. Attack for 4. We go up to 10. They whiff on their draw. Fingers crossed. It's gonna... I don't know how we win this without drawing something. But I do think we just take this. I think it gives us our best chance. Even if they drew a land, like, we're in really horrible shape here. Time to kill the Justicar, probably. They've had enough of the life gain. Yeah. Yeah, they've had enough. Well, that's game. I mean, it's not completely, I guess, because if I play Rhea Ivor, I can block enough to only take 1. Same for Annex Sentry, I guess. Okay, I mean, we might have one more turn in us. You know, I wonder if it was better to make the... to play Rhea Ivor and decide to make tokens here. I don't know. We're going to play Rhea Ivor here. Make a really ugly double block. I feel like if we'd actually hit our 3rd land on time, which, you know, we would have if I hadn't misclicked, we had a real shot here, but once we didn't do that, we're pretty much toast. Yeah. Let's scare them, though. All right. Yeah, it is nice to already be 3-0 with this deck since I didn't have the highest of hopes anyway. So, I will take it. Okay, pretty good hand. We haven't really done anything with Rhea Ivor, though most she did in that last game was block. So... I'm glad they didn't play a Crawling Chorus, because that always makes a turn 1 Bladed Ambassador, turn 2 Bladed Ambassador pretty sad. If I get to untap, it feels pretty good. An Innistrad draft from 6 years ago, huh? Well, I have tricks. That's for sure. I do think we still swing there. I probably go for, like, next turn. We'll see. I might play Rhea Ivor, target my Ambassador, and then make a bunch of tokens. We're going to get to Scry. I like that. I do think we leave that on top, because I think that's going to be our backup plan. If we have to attack, yeah. If we attack, and they make us use a trick, or use our counter, rather, then playing the Hive Master is pretty good, which I think is what we do now. If they just take it, we play Rhea Ivor. If they make us use a counter, then, you know... then we play Hive Master. Yeah. I wonder if they misclicked or really didn't choose to put a land on top. They take 3. I do think we play Rhea Ivor and don't worry about the whole... the fact that my ambassador is now vulnerable, because they're probably going to kill Rhea Ivor anyway if they have a kill spell or something. And in blue-white, most of their stuff can get through indestructibility anyway. You know, this is basically only useful in combat against them. Yeah. If I do get to untap and attack next turn, I probably do make pests. Although maybe not. Mites, rather. I might not, just because doing damage is good, you know? Alright, so we're going to take 4. If they let us untap, I'll be pretty happy. They do. Okay, so let's go to combat. So Chrome Prowler, okay. Yeah, I can't really do anything to stop that, unfortunately. Guessing that means they tap down Rhea Ivor. Then we attack with Bladed Ambassador, and I think... yeah, I think we do this. Because it makes Rhea Ivor so much more potent. Yeah, we'll use the counter. Yeah, they could have the mirror, they could be a mirror tribal deck, it's true. So let's play our Hive Master here. I think I'd probably block with Hive Master on Dune Mover, just because good chance that they're interested in getting to 3 poison. And I still hold on to a 1/1. Although, I don't know. Maybe I just take it. I guess Dune Mover is not a mirror. If it was, the mirror tutor would be better than it is. Yeah, that's annoying. Don't love seeing that on the other side of the table. Okay. I mean, I definitely think we attack here. It's a question of whether or not I want to block this. I don't think so. It does get us to 3 poison, but they're not likely to have, like, a ton of payoffs for that. I think we just swing out here, and I think I'll target Hive Master with Rhea Ivor's ability. So it's a good attack, because if they really want to block her, they'd have to double block her, and I can just use Offer of Immortality. And I might still, but it's probably just better to play Basilica Shepherd when I already have Rhea Ivor in play. So, yeah. I mean, I think we let these trades happen. Hit them for 3. Get a 1/1. Play Basilica Shepherd. Gives us a really good attack here. Less good now. Still kind of works out, though. I wonder if they probably attack us here, I guess, for 5. Yeah. That's probably their plan. Takes them up to 16. We go down to 7. So... yep, Retrofitter is good. This is a spot where having all these tricks really isn't that good. I'm gonna have to use one defensively, probably, to take down the Justicar, which is kind of brutal. Sort of think we swing out here. Do I want more 1/1s, or do I want to do 3? I mean, given the Mandible Justicar situation... I feel like just making more 1/1s is a pretty big problem for them. Especially if we can get them to Alpha Strike. Yeah, we're really going to have to cross our fingers here no matter what we do, so... That's 13. 4, 6, 8, 10, 13, yeah. Not quite enough for us to do lethal if they decided to take it all. I think if they block a pest, I use Complete Devotion. I keep calling them pest. A might. And we hope that Offer Immortality works out for us. They can't really block with the Retrofitter because it drops us to a 2/1. So, they're going to take it. It's too bad I can't do more. 15 damage. Well, actually, it wouldn't have been 15 because of the... I used Rhea Ivor's trigger, so... So here, let's hope that we can stop them with Pestilent Siphoner here. That's really what it's going to come down to. And if they have a trick, obviously we're dead. Let's see. What happens if I do this? Nothing. Yeah, so we're dead. I get to kill your Mandible Justiciar first, though. Yeah, these games have played out more like I expected them to with this deck after the first few went really well. Ugh. Yeah, I have to mulligan this one because as it currently stands, we can't play an early thing. I mean, I guess we can kill an early thing, but we still need to mulligan. This, I think, I feel a lot better about. Yeah. Could just have a good curve out here, potentially. Yeah, let's attack. I think we play Bone Picker. I mean, it's nice to think about playing this, but this, you know, lets us use all our mana, and it's a much better creature stats-wise. Ooh. Well, that's an easy Anoint with Affliction target, is the good news. So let's attack them. We'll do this. And then we'll do this. It's a pretty good sequence. We'll see whether or not it can do enough to carry our mediocre deck that mulligan. That helps. Opponent playing Infectious Inquiry there helps for sure. I think we play Gold Warden's Helm, especially because if we draw a Hexgold mana for Hexgold Hoverwings next turn, it becomes a 3/3. Nice. That's a good draw because it allows us to attack with Bladed Ambassador and Gold Warden's Helm. If I attack with all 3, they could just block this and go to 2. I mean, that's probably not worth it. I'm going to block that. That works for me. They go to 5. Can we kill them before they stabilize with all those cards? That is the question. The good news is we have evasive damage that's lethal right now, and more evasive stuff in our hand, so that does give us a shot here. Especially when the only creatures they have in play can't block. So, you know. Okay, interesting decision. I guess it hits harder, is what they're thinking. Yeah, they can kill... I think they can kill 2 things here, yeah. Hexgold Hover Wings lets this thing hit for 4. Oh, but I can also play... It's probably better to play the Siphoner and then also equip this, yeah. Because that lets it hit for 3. And then we'll play Pestilent Siphoner here. I wonder if they have the Wrath. Let's hope not. Kind of feels like they might. Or they wouldn't have attacked with their might. Well, I guess they didn't have much to lose, now that I think about it. Since it can't block anyway. So maybe it doesn't mean anything. Black Sun's Twilight would be bad. White Sun's Twilight would be bad. Yeah. Vraska's Fall, huh? So I think that means we sack the Siphoner. Then another Edict. Double Edict here. Wow, we got there. We have a winning record with this deck. All right, I will keep this. Pretty happy to go 4 and 3 with this thing. Better would be good, but you know. Okay, decent curve out from Ambassador to Gold Warden's Helm to Enforcer. The Enforcer needs another artifact to really function, but they might block here. Nope. We will play our Gold Warden's Helm. So we're definitely killing Charforger with Anoint with Affliction, I can tell you that much. Not playing Orthodoxy Enforcer this turn. Can't really afford to do such a thing. I do think we attack, and, you know, trading the indestructibility counter for a token isn't amazing, but it's not the worst either, frankly. I guess I could have moved the Helm. That might have just been better. Move the Helm, give that 2 toughness. Another Charforger. That's what I was hoping for. Okay. Well, I think we play Orthodoxy Enforcer. It holds the board pretty well here, even without the +2. Yeah, that's immediately 3 oil counters to draw a card with. They can blow up my Gold Warden's Helm. That's not the worst thing in the world, though. Blue is the worst color in this set, yes, but it's not unplayable or anything. There's some powerful uncommons and rares and mythics that should pull you into blue. There's not really any commons, and that's kind of the problem. So do you sack the token to blow up the helm? I guess with Orthodoxy Enforcer in play, that's not a terrible deal. It's not a good one, but it's okay. It's funny because blue, I think, is the worst color, but I think blue-white is, like, it may be at the bottom of the top tier, but it's definitely there. Wow, that's a good draw because it'll make Orthodoxy Enforcer into a 4/4 immediately. Yeah. I do think we're down with trading for things. They can double block the Enforcer here and get the Charforger up to where they can do stuff with it. Or they can block like that, and I think we kill the Charforger if that's what they do. Don't love our chances here, but we're doing okay. Let's see if they play some scary, expensive thing here. Not particularly scary. Nice. Okay, so I think we attack with our Emiria Shepherd here, and then play Hover Wings and Siphoner. Yep, that edict is actually pretty solid. The other one I think is, I see people playing it way too much. Vraska's edict. This one, you know, there are enough situations where you can get rid of something decent for the mana cost because of the non-token clause. And the Planeswalker part comes up on occasion, like once every couple of drafts. So, you know, you'll get that you have an edict, you'll get to kill a Planeswalker with it, and that definitely matters. Well, they seem to be a little concerned, despite having more cards. That's obnoxious. Don't hate them using Vat of Rebirth, though. It's not really worth the card. So, if they give Lifelink to Testament Bearer... Yeah, they do. It is an annoying block, and it does set up Vat of Rebirth pretty nicely. And but I kind of have to do it. The question is whether I'd rather trade in my Siphoner. I think I would. So the reason this isn't awesome is they also get to mill some cards and draw a card. So they can set up their Vat a little bit. So, you know, feels pretty good for them here. The Bearer plus Vat. Well, they didn't really put anything in there that I'm concerned about. How much do you cost to move? 3? I think we actually move it over to a Might, because these 2/2s can attack on their own already. And then we attack with all 3. Like, they could block and set up their vat, but, like, that doesn't concern me that much. Like, especially if I take down the Skitterfang in the process. Then we'll play the Justiciar. Spicy. I mean, if they give this lifelink, we just take it. It doesn't really alarm me. There's not really any keyword here that alarms me. Yeah. I mean, lifelink's annoying, but it's not that big of a problem. Okay, that's a pretty good draw. Especially if we actually get to poison them here. And we do. So now Incisor Glider will buff everything. I like it. Probably should have moved this. You know, I'm not that excited for baseball just because I don't think the Red Sox are going to be very good. They've had an interesting last few years. But it is always exciting. So I guess they're like out of... They just can't draw real cards. Because they were trying to get me to kill their Skitterfang so that... well, I guess it needs 4 oil counters. It's even worse than I thought it was. This is going to be a pretty... Like, if we go 5-3, that means we're breaking even on the deck. It's not going to feel like we... like, the deck hasn't felt great, like, in any game, right? Like, where we've just been, like, crushing people. It's mostly been, like, a combination of, you know, things going pretty well for us and pretty bad for our opponents. Like, and because of variance, I mean. Like, this is probably a 3-3 deck. So they may kill the Glider here. If they do that, they're not completely toast. They do. Gets them to 3 oil counters. Can you kill my Justicar too? Because that's going to suck. Double Annihilating Glare. Yeah, okay. Now they can also reanimate something. I guess Charforger or Shrapnel Singer are the things that are interesting. Yeah, Charforger's definitely the better option, I guess. Yeah, they did a nice job of setting all of that up and killing all of our threatening things. But we're still not in terrible shape here. I would rather poison them at this point because I think it's a real out. I do move the Hover Wings there so that I can block Charforger given the option. I don't know that I'm going to do it, but... Yeah, the VAT is definitely too slow, but they've had some cool turns with it. You know, these Annihilating Glares. But, you know, what they accomplished with it, when you really think about the number of cards and the amount of mana and the amount of time, it's not that great. But it certainly kept them from dying here. Now, would like a 4 mana, 4/4 or something have done the same thing? Probably, yeah. But and it would have been more consistent about it. It would have been interesting if they brought back Shrapnel Slinger and destroyed our Hover Wings. Sacked the Vat of Rebirth. So this would have been interesting. I probably just take it if Charforger attacks. It does not. But yeah, I think we go back to poison here. Maybe I should just be swinging for 3. But I think 2 plus poison is probably better than just straight up 3. Maybe it's not, though. They're both a 4-turn clock. Yeah. I think with that in mind. Plus the 2/2 can stay back and block. Which matters. Now we're talking... Yeah. Now it'll start making more sense to attack with the 3/2, probably. So many annihilating glares. Okay. We're off to the races. Don't play anything else. Oh, man. Now it's a race that they are greatly favored in. Alright, it just got a little better for us, though. Like, you know, we're like making this game last a while, but it doesn't feel good, you know. It doesn't feel like our deck is impressive or anything. So if they attack here, I probably block Charforger. Gross. That is gross. It's like, how many... They've had lots of situations where it was just perfect, like the Edict effects were perfect, which... And they've had situations where the VAT lined up. Like, things have definitely gone their way in this one. I would imagine you're just supposed to attack me with everything. Maybe not. Drop us to 3. I was going to say we're dead, probably. And we are. Like I said, I think 4 and 3 is a little bit of overachieving for this deck, so I'll take it. We did fine.